Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Shobo. Today is Tuesday, October 19th, 2021. Hello, let me get myself all sorted here. I'm slightly delayed today. I had done some things on the computer, and the starting soon image had gotten moved from where it was originally located to a different folder, so I had to go find that in the last 2 minutes. Find where that got lost. So, Factorio, Pyandons. Things have happened since the last stream. During the last stream, we got into green science, ultimately, as well as automated circuits, at which point I said that off-screen, I was going to be setting up a mall and doing like the bots and stuff, because it's a very long process to get into the mall and to get the rails going and all of that. So, I've done that and a little bit more. And we're gonna discuss everything and all of the design behind that. So last time we did pretty much, well, we got manure going, I think, and we got into Moondrop, and we got urea, we got the circuit automation set up, as well as all the way down into our green science, of which I have many green sciences. Good morning, hello, welcome everyone. I've done just a little bit of stuff since then. Just a few things have happened since then. Okay, where to even start with all of this? Well, titanium, more titanium through the red science titanium processing. It's just the red science level of stuff is all very similar to each other. A lot of the differentiation between the processing chains happens a little bit later for the initial resources. We are screening, crushing, screening again, secondarily crushing, and then ultimately making a few extra plates compared to just not doing this on the titanium. Similarly with the lead, it's just screen and smelt on the lead. I have more copper through this same process we were doing previously. I have not changed this to update it to the current green science level yet. I'm not doing green science level on pretty much any of the ore setups right now. The green science levels are going to be a lot of work to set up. It's a significant improvement to the overall outputs. It's molten, it's hot air, etc., etc. I want to have proper bases for those processes. So I also set up more aluminium. I went down to a nearby patch, to tap into some more aluminium, and to have done the ball milling into molten process. However, this is limited by my production of graphite. Hey, welcome back as a member of the channel. There's the alerts. There, it's good to see them actually working today. That's great to see that actually working. Thank you so very much. So casting into the plates. I have enough plates at the moment. Although I did. So I added an extra smelter for duralumin and then proceeded to not use it later, just because it was eating too much of my acetylene. I'm using all of my acetylene that I am producing, and in fact, I will need more between the titanium and the lead mining operations, on top of everything else using acetylene as a fuel. I need more, which means I needed more coke. Now, previously, I had done the secondary crusher to coal, and then coal direct to coke. This is the green science level of raw coal processing, and what we will be doing today at scale. Okay, we're going to be doing this part together on screen at scale at a separate location on our new train network, so that it will be the source of fuel for the trains, for the fuel stops. Okay, with this, it's the same secondary crushing. It converts the whatever crushed coal, grade 1 coal, into coal and coal dust, and another coarse coal, whatever, and then that becomes even more coal. It's glorious. You get so much coal. And then red hot coke. Red hot coke processing from the coal. In the end, it needs an input of steam ish, and it needs to deal with the outlet gas, of course. Coke oven gas, excuse me, and it needs to process that hot air in quenching towers. Oh boy, quenching towers, and it feeds back a little bit of the steam. I've used a top-up valve here to make sure that I always use it. This makes an entire yellow belt of coke. That is this. It is an entire yellow belt of coke in the end. So I have a yellow belt to deal with. The problem is that if I want to scale this, I need more than a yellow belt of coke. This uses 10 per second. So, yeah, there will be a throughput issue on the one lane each side if I extend it further. Well, trying to like process and think here everything that's gone on between videos, because that was one biggie. The titanium, the copper, the aluminium, the mall, yes, the mall. So you need lubricant to make the hot dog bots, the glorious Mark 1 logistic bots. How are you getting lubricant at this phase of the game? Well, you can convert aromatics into lubricant with a desulfurizator, which I still think should have a Z rather than an S. It's desulfurizator. I'm not actually using the sulfur out of this. It does produce sulfur as a quote-unquote byproduct. We have better ways of getting into dedicated sulfur at this point, considering I now have access to literal sulfur mines and a few patches of sulfur about the place. So I'm doing that to get enough lubricant for the few processes that need lubricant, like the better blue inserter recipe. The fast inserters? Oh boy. This recipe does not use duralumin. Which is why I'm using it, because the mini loaders need 6 each of these. The problem is that they do need belts instead. So I'm a little bit limited by that. What I'm thinking is I may need another assembling machine. We'll get into the aspects of the train grid network shortly here once I finish this mall discussion. So, pump jacks. I need tar. I need more tar. I have 2 of these pump jacks. They give me 25 tar. I have 1 mixer making drilling fluid 1 out of sand, soil, and clay and water. This is free. It's just a little bit of power to get into that. It's spending half a small part for just 25 tar, and that is awful, but it is temporary until I get into a consistent supply of tar, which, unfortunately, it's so sad. This process won't be able to happen until after we get niobium pipes because of the centrifugal pan. That needs niobium, so that is going to be a little bit delayed, but that will be like one of, if not the way we get tar. However, before that, I think we're going to be fluidizing some coke. Tar. So, if we look at tar, there is a recipe. Where is it? Where is it? It's none of those. We can't do Simics until nearly the until nearly blue science. We can't do Simics because they need like red circuits for the what is it? The Codex, I think, needs red circuits for those Simic, but let me look. Simic U. Yeah, you need red circuits for the Codex. It's like, okay, well, I mean, this would be a way of getting into tar, but when you need red circuits to get the Codex for it, and it's artificial blood with fetal serum, which is a little bit further along as well to get into those things. Plus the lizard and tiger DNA samples. Oh boy, that'll be interesting. And they eat olefins, so how the hell are we going to get olefins? Like, you need olefin barrels for these. Like, okay. But if I have the olefins, why would I need the tar? Anyway, that's just interesting things here for all of that. Point being, coke fluidization on the tar. The one that actually says coke fluidization. That should be a Z. That should be a Z. That should be a Z. 3 copper, 5 coke into 30 tar. Not the greatest, but also tall oil. But also tall oil and ammonia. And ammonia, which, you know, I sort of want all 3 of those things. Yeah, you barely recognize the place because we've the bus ended at green science to get into bots. To get into bots and the stuff for the bots and some units of rails. Just a few units of rails here in the base. Just a few. Well, it's inconsistent because there's some things that have the Z and some things that have the S. Well, there are some things that are spelled with Z's rather than with S's. It's just a couple of things. So yeah, we've got infrastructure in this mess of stuff. Now I have made the attempt to set each building up in sets of 4 assemblers for the Mark 1, 2, 3, and 4 versions of these various buildings. Not every building has a Mark 4, so that will be interesting to see as we go along. I may fill some gaps with other things. Of course, not everything has Mark 1 through 4. Not everything has a Mark level. Some things are just here to be here. Some things are repeated, like the small electrical poles. Why I did that, I do not know. But anyway, there's lots of things, and the stuff for the trains, all in here. It's glorious. I've got everything I need to set up trains at this point, and I have my roboports and charging stations all set up here. It's absolutely glorious. Oh yeah, and there's some things that unlock the Mark II before you unlock the Mark I. There's a few machines like the gas processing unit, the nanomaterial factory, and the grease table that you actually get the Mark II before you get the Mark I unlocked. You can't make them. It's just an interesting thing to note. I think I have just about every single current building that I have unlocked represented here. I don't think I have enough spots for all of the buildings. I definitely don't, because there's a lot of Pi Alien Life stuff that is yet to be unlocked. Yes, yeah, it just happens that for whatever reason, some Mark II stuff unlocks with specific techs that aren't locked behind the tech that gives the Mark I version first. Just part of the whole issue with the technology in general in Pyandons mods. That's why they're overhauling the technologies across the board, is to try to fix some of these situations where the Mark I isn't a required tech to get into the Mark II. You can absolutely end up with unlocking a Mark II before you even have the Mark I. Anyway, that is the mall. Most of these machines are not moving yet. Most of them. I'm making a few of the ones that I know are used a lot. And I've set them up ahead of time. Just, I haven't done that to absolutely everything. Can I show this? It's 67 hours. 67 hours, 18 minutes. I hope you can read white on gray from over here on this panel. Oh yeah, concrete. Because quenching towers need concrete. It's stone, brick, and iron ore and water. It makes concrete. I'm sending it down the bus to be available so I can automate my quenching towers. I have been quenched at this point with these quenching towers. They need more pumps. Oh boy. Oh boy. So the limit right now is mostly circuits and rubber throughout the entirety of the mall, as well as the oh, apparently not. Apparently not the logistics bots. They are not the limit right now. It's just the rate at which I'm bringing in the circuits as well as the rubber. Do you need to put ores on the belt? Not really. Yeah, it's going to take a really long time to fill up, to like get everything buffered in the mall. That's why I said most of these aren't even operating buildings. I haven't put in the requests on most of this because I'm still filling the buffers on stuff that I'm already making. Like, I don't want to make it even worse by trying to split my 1 circuit a second, if I'm even still getting 1 circuit a second. It looks like it. It looks like it. That's still going, at least. So, yeah. Drains. I am using the exact same book that I've been using for a really long time, and that is the Foundation Rails Length 6. This is the, should be the right-hand drive version. Right-hand drive version is what I'm using. Length 3 right-hand drive version is what I'm using. So it's 1 locomotive with 2 wagons. I have never really had a circumstance where needing any more than 1-2 has been necessary. Never had that be necessary. There are situations with vanilla Factorio where you have stack sizes of 50 on ore, where, yeah, there is an argument to be made where that is necessary, but in Pyandons mods, these things stack to 500. Stack sizes have been vastly increased for the most part, so trains move much, much more stuff, so I've never needed to be more than a 1-2 in Pyandons. And the trains move faster when they're 1-2 arrangement as well. So, we need to go over, like, stuff regarding trains, just the train mechanics again that was requested to go over. All of the mechanics regarding the trains. Well, I guess I should mention with the Foundation series, there is something that you need to fix on the buffered intersection here. Essentially, with this buffered intersection, it has an extra signal right there, right there, a signal that's excess, and there's another one like right here and right here. So it's like there's a signal here and here that needs to go away, as well as one that's down on this side. 3 that I could tell. You need to get rid of these because if they're there, trains that are trying to go straight across will end up going down this longer route through the system that's not meant to be the primary way to go straight through. It actually disallows trains from going straight through in their entirety, from what I could tell. So I just got rid of those signals, and they can now go straight through, and they will take that route around if that straight route's already been occupied by a previous train. All right. That is that. And outside of that, all of these are properly signaled, so I don't ever really think about signaling. What I can say with these signals is that the distance is exactly 3 train units for 1-2 trains. That's why it's length 3. It's exactly 3 units of like ghost. See the outline here. There's 3 spaces between all of the rail signals. Now, this is the beginning of my mall train station. This is the start of the mall train station. So let me go through the logic again of how I handle all of this. Now, down here is that Foundation Rails intersection. You place that intersection down and just rotate and keep placing it until it's a full 4x4. The mall deserves one of these intersections for the amount of traffic that it has to handle. It deserves having one of these. And so this, I haven't really decided the total amount of space I want to devote specifically to the mall yet. It's either going to be about that much. It's either going to be that big or it's going to be that big. I haven't yet decided if I want it to be that or that. I think that. I think this right here is going to be the mall area, which means I'm going to remove that bit from there and just have it be like a quad area. Essentially, because there was a question about the sizing of my rail grid for this particular playthrough. It is 1, 2, 3. I have spacing for 3 additional large intersections in between each large intersection. That is the spacing I've chosen here. Now, if you want to see, I guess you can count how many of the power pylons are in there. I don't have access to pylons until I get into Niobium. I will be bringing as much in by train as I can. The train station is going to be huge. I'm likely going to have multiple train stations on the input, so actually this may stay like this. Now that I'm thinking about it, this may stay like this and just be another train station. Just bringing more stuff in here and like have that as each of the 4 sides. Just a bunch of train stations and building out as much as I can in the middle, because I know myself. I know how I end up doing things in Pyandons. There will come a point where I'm going to start just making everything in the mall. All of the raw resources are going to be brought in by train, but there will come a point where some of the more complex things, you know, like circuit 2s, are going to be made in the mall at like through robots. Speaking of robots, show me my robots. There they go. Hi, robots. In my zone there, yeah. So I know that I want a really large amount of space because I know that that's going to be the amount of space that I have to essentially get quantum computing in the end. Anyway, so that is that. Now, train station design. Generally speaking, because I use Train Supply Manager, this for the mall at the moment is not designed to provide anything to the rest of the network. If I wanted to provide stuff to the rest of the network, it will need an additional piece. But this area here is the waiting area. Trains that come in can park right back here at this signal. So the way this works, if you haven't seen it, actually I actually want more signals. I want that there. Actually, no, I want that there, and then 1 train length, 1 train length, then a chain through chains. After this rail signal, we have a chain signal. Trains will wait at the furthest back chain signal that like blocks their path forward. They will sit back here. These signals are pretty superfluous for the moment. There's reasons, there's methods to the madness here. So as trains come in to their train stop, once a train passes the rail signal here, everything else, another train can like go past. However, it's really after it clears this signal that the next train can be queued up to continue down the line. Once there's, you know, hundreds of stations, this line can get a little bit clogged. You can only have so much waiting going on before you're running into like time loss, because the trains sit around for way too long. And I'll get into ways to handle that, adding in additional access routes down the waiting line. But essentially, having these signals between each one of these will allow, for example, a train that needs to go down here. If a train that needs to go down here goes down the line, once it passes the chain signal of the next train's destination, the next train can start going immediately. So say I have this station all the way down here. The first train coming in that goes to that station, clears this signal. If there's another train waiting, trying to go here, it will immediately start going in once this signal has cleared. Once this block has cleared, so after the train clears this next signal, it will allow the train to start moving and have multiple trains on this line at one time. And it's the same-ish thing on the exit, although I've been experimenting with the occasional rail signal along the exit line. It's a little bit of a different behavior, but yeah. Essentially, once they completely clear the block from the rail signal, the next train can leave. But the last thing you want is for trains down here getting stuck waiting for previous trains. So yeah, you want to try to maximize the output. There is a realistic limit to how much you can have in one of these types of setups. And then the part that's missing here that I don't have for the mall train station is just another set that looks exactly like this, just with these supplier train stops, and that is a depot. In this case, it would be like over here, just copied and pasted over here with similar, like exact same signals-ish. Similar, but not quite exact. And then other things. Well, I have the foundation rails are not made by me, and I have that link on my Discord on the Factorio string sharing area. There should be links to the foundation rails series blueprints for the actual rail network. And then because I've been using the same or similar train station setup in there, you can just grab my train station setups from any playthrough. I haven't done a lot to change them. However, what has changed a little bit is this, as in it has its proper wiring now. Why don't I increase the length of the station so that 2 trains can wait? Because in the mall, I'm going to be limiting it to only 1 train per item at a time. Hello and welcome. I actually need to change this to just be 1. So it's the mall in particular, because there's so many trains that are going to be coming in with so many different items. I don't really want to have multiple trains for any one item coming into the mall. That's just that's a recipe for disaster, and a lot of unnecessary traffic by having multiple trains servicing the mall. I just want 1 at a time in here. Now, the logic. We get to go over the logic again for the requester station in general. The requester station logic what we effectively have is storage, a warehouse that's been wired up between all of the storage here. For the mall, I have provider chests, obviously, on here. Because these are bringing stuff in that's then being provided to the rest of the mall through these provider chests. But across all the storage connected by wire, we are going into an arithmetic combinator. The arithmetic combinator here is taking the total amount of stuff that's been brought in and dividing it by a flat value of 4,000. Now, for the mall, when I want only one train at a time coming in, 4,000 is the amount of stuff that we want. If we have more than this, we're not going to request any more trains. Just going to have 4,000 units of whatever the thing is here. 4,000 or more. Because once this value is 1 minus 1 from the next arithmetic combinator that takes this output value signal x, 1 minus that value of x will be output as p. Then this is wired. So we have this combinator wired here to the next one, and then from this end into the train counter, and then into the requester lamp, which is set to be trains on the way less than P. It will be enabled when the trains on the way is less than the value of P. Well, right now the value of P is 1 because X is 0. The game does not handle floating point numbers. It will always round these numbers. So 0 over 4,000 is 0, but so is 1 over 4,000. So is 2,000 over 4,000. That is 0 according to the game. It doesn't really matter which color wire you use as long as you're consistent-ish. I mean, there's no wiring back of any of these signals, so I don't really think it matters too much. I just use the red ones. You can use green ones across the board for all of these. That's fine too. So essentially, if P is 1 minus 0 is 1, then if there's 0 trains on the way, well, 0 is less than P, so the light's going to be on. And so the game is going to send a train, and then the train will be 1 on the way, which is then equal to P, so then the light turns off once 1 is coming. And it will see that 1 is coming because of this train counter. And then once it is here and it has delivered and the stuff, ideally if we get enough, 4,000 plus, well then X will equal 1, then 1 minus 1 is 0. So then P will be 0, and when P is 0, 0 is equal to 0, and this stays off when 0 is equal to 0, right? Now, for the rest of my network, I'm going to have an input value of 2 here, minus X, which means that there could be up to 2 trains on the way at any given time, because P can be 2, right? When there's nothing. When you have nothing, P can equal 2. So the initial batch of trains from the empty warehouses here, when X equals 0, 2 minus 0 is 2, it will send 1 train, and then it'll be like, oh hey, 1 is still less than 2, so I'll send 2. and then 2 will equal 2, and it will stop sending more, if there are more. So that's just the basic station request logic in here. And that's really all there is to say about this here. Just that I'm using the pre-built blueprint foundation rail series. The spacing in the grid here is 3 of these foundation rails. So you can say that we've got this rail here and then quite a bit of a gap. 1, 2, 3 before the next one. It's like every 4th. Meaning that there's a nice middle. There is a middle line in here. Now, I am not going to say that each square is only going to be one thing ever. That would just be dumb. There are some things that we will do, some processes that we will do with PyAlien Life where the buildings are so huge that, yes, I'll likely just have one factory devoted to a whole square. But most of the time, I am in fact just going to use these things, the much smaller, much smaller intersection, and have a few of them, have like several factories. I'll probably do it on the horizontal here, have vertical train stations where I need train stations. Now, of course, this being mall, I'm not going to build any other train station factory areas out in this spot, so effectively all of the resources that are within this zone are dead. They're probably not going to be tapped into at all. Okay, I want this. The meat of the day today is that trains need fuel, and Train Supply Manager has a way of allowing trains to automatically get fueled through the use of a fuel stop. Now, I am going to want a bit of coke on hand. And we are going to provide coke for our trains. I don't see why not. Now, before I go out there, a few things to keep in mind. I mean, pie factories are huge, just to begin with. Like, you're playing pie, you're making, you by definition are making a mega base. Just to beat pi in the first place. Even to just get a astronomic science at the end, or a space science, excuse me. I'm playing Nullius as well, and they call space science astronomical. Yeah, just to get there is a lot. I have 50. So I don't know about you, but coke has a fuel value of 5 megajoules at a stack size of 500. And trains have like 3 slots for fuel, right? So I think it'll be okay with a couple of gigajoules of fuel at a time per train. I think we'll be okay. I made medium electric poles. I brought my creosote in, and I've just started making the mediums. I need more. I need a few of these on hand. Thanks. This is going to take a bit, just because I'll have to go back and forth a few times to get the infrastructure all of the infrastructure that I need. I have never had an issue with being able to fuel my trains in any playthrough of any mod whatsoever. The amount of fuel that trains consume is just, it's a non-issue. Just as long as you have fuel, generally speaking, you're good. Why did that do that? Huh? Like, I just want you to come this way with the power. As I said, I don't have big power poles yet. The blueprints will include big power poles. The power pylons as part of them. But, yeah, can't make them until Niobium. And, yeah, so Niobium. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Just so we're clear on that. The Niobium's not going to happen for a while. Main reason being Niobium uses a lot of, well, you need refined syngas to mine the stuff in the first place. And you need organic solvent plus ammonia. So, you know, just a bit of stuff. No, Niobium is not blue science. Niobium is required to continue into green science. Oh boy, it is a required substance that we need to get relatively soon. But the problem with Niobium is organic solvent, hydrogen chloride, and ammonia. And ammonia. Where's the ammonia? Here. So, to get 3 niobium plates per second, just 3 plates per second, well, we're going to need a bunch of salt, but we also need 90 ammonia. Okay. That's a bit. 9 organic solvent and 18 hydrogen chloride. Now, if I do coke fluidization, that uses a ton of copper, but it does give me the ammonia I need. Organic solvent, I prefer doing acetone syngas, which we can get out of cumene. I can burn the phenol, whatever. But yeah, this is through like titanium tetrachloride stripped distillates out of tar. Just at the start. That's why I'm doing the fluidization for the tar as well. But yeah, there's like a bunch of crud here, and then you have to actually make refined syngas to mine the niobium ore in the first place. Oh boy. And you need drill heads. And you need drill heads. So it's just a lot of stuff. Now there's a great recipe for getting into refined syngas that is syngas plus methanol. And because syngas is relatively free out of coal gas, and then methanol, well, we can make an alloy with methane to get into it. So that's a thing. That's a thing. I do have a Hellmod video on my channel. Yes. I absolutely have a video on Hellmod. We are moving past the point of DDCs to make the coke right now. That is the point. And, you know, also, hey, give me stuff. Yes. Also, I have absolutely already sort of done this. Red Hot Coke through quenching towers. I did this off screen between videos, just bringing, doing the raw coal processing into coal and then making a yellow belt of coke out of it to provide to the bus. That's just for the bus. Oh boy. Alright, you build this out for me. Thanks. Thank you kindly, nanobots, for being amazing. Now, where exactly do I want this station? I think... here is fine. Yep, there is fine. Okay. What I'm going to do, maybe... I wanted to copy the thing there, but no. No, what we're going to do is we're going to build this out manually. Yeah, this is fine. So trains are going to come in and they're going to go there, straight, add couple, go that way, and there. Hey, thingy. Unfortunately, you gotta die. Goodbye. You don't see any of the compost recipes in Hellmod. Well, in Hellmod, very specifically, make sure that you hit Show Disabled, Show Hidden, and Show Hidden Player Crafting Recipes. You have to make sure that all of these are ticked. And it should absolutely show you all of the composting recipes. Of course, you also... yeah, you just need these, because I think if you have hidden player crafting, yeah, if you don't have the hidden player crafting one checked to show it, you won't get the compost recipes in here. You have to make sure that you have that, because you can't do any of these recipes yourself, so they get hidden from the player menu, because, you know, it wouldn't be nice to have all of those recipes showing up in this list as stuff that you can't handcraft. Cough, cough. Cough, cough. Cough, cough. Why did all these need to be in here? Why are these just not hidden from the player menu? Like, you can't do them by hand. So why do we need all of these barreling recipes shown? Oh boy. Anyway, yes, we were working on this train station here. I need this. Oh. What? Ah, right, that is that way. Huh. Right. I have built this the wrong way around. Oh, dang, that's a useful niobium patch. Alright, I won't build this here. Oh no, 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 no. This whole thing will not be here. Yeah. So I wanted to change this because I would actually like the station for, like, I would like to tap this niobium when I get to niobium, and I'm going to need to put the station more like here with input and output spacing for the train stations, so that ideally I don't actually hit this guy. What did I just do? Ahem. Alright, get in the crawdad. Where's my crawdad? All the way over there. Oh, great. Crawdaddy, I need you. Crawdad absolutely has storage, and in fact, it has a lot of rail. It has a lot of rail and signals right now, and the great thing about nanobots is that it will automatically use the stuff from your storage trunk rather than you. Now I do need to be a little bit careful. There. How much more? Okay, I have another 100. Well. There is fine. Okay. Mine. Okay, the trains are gonna come in this way. I would like... one more. I would like them to be sitting perfectly straight. Really? Fine, be that way. Chain signal there. Chain signal straight across to there, and this is the waiting area. I need this spacing to get the signal here and here. If it was any closer, I couldn't get that signal placement. Now, this should also align straight, and it does. Huh? Okay, that is straight. That is a straight shot. Alright, now when I go to put the train stop down, I need to have the same thing here. There. One extra. Now I have the absolutely fun part where I get to do loaders. Bulk rail loaders. Okay, that actually does need to be back another tile at least. I guess that looks okay. Does it should be one more tile back? I think that looks better. There you go. There you go. That looks nice. So the way that this will look is like that. Nice view inside. Now, the thing is, when I copy this and rotate it, oh hey, they're in the middle. Exactly. Well, that's nice. That's nice. It's not often I do that perfectly. All right. Well, that is that. Hello, Ollie. How's that boy? What's he gonna do? I has Ollie. He is here. He has arrived on the desk. Oh, look. It's a dolly. She's arrived on the chair. How's the dolly? The babies have joined me. Yeah, you gonna rest? Yes, she's gonna rest right behind me. Yes, Dolly. That's a pretty baby. That's a pretty baby. Yes. That's my baby. Okay. That being sorted, what am I providing here? That's a great question. Because the next thing to consider is how many train stations. And that should align exact right there. I should have you. Destroy all the trees, my termite bots. Glorious termite bots. This is why I use nanobots, why I love using nanobots. I can just walk into a forest and it just dies. And the entire forest just disappears immediately. Oh my god, is that... Why, hello, Molly. Oh my god, that's a big oil sand. Hello. Hello, Molly. 20 billion? 20 billion. Okay. I want this stone. And the tracks actually make it so that I don't even have to delete any of this stone patch, and I can just tap into it and it's going to be glorious. I'll have to delete the lead because it's in my way. Yeah, these ore patches are convenient. I just have the 1 nano emitter. I'm okay with swapping. Like I've done that previously and had 2 nano emitters. It's just I don't feel like it. I sort of need to make one. I sort of need to make one. Yeah, I wish RSO had had an option to do square shaped ore patches, but the mathematical models that they're using to determine the spawn and shape of the ore patches work not in that way. Like it's essentially it's like randomized wave pattern. It's like waves, and each of these patches is like the peak of a wave, like, or bubbles, like peaks of bubbles around an area. So you can think of it as if you have an entire surface, you're like raising or lowering that level of the surface to determine like the frequency of the ore patches as you have these peaks and dips along a bumpy plane. It's like you're just setting like where above a certain point you have this patch, or as you go lower they get bigger and more frequent. At least that's my understanding of it anyway. Multiple waves, yeah. So it's all interesting. Now what am I going to provide here? Coal, coke, minimum. I want that. Coal, dust. I can directly get coal dust from coal where I need it. So as long as I provide the coal, I should be good. But what about raw coal? Do I need that provided? The answer is no. I do not need raw coal provided onto the network. That I just was asking myself that question of do I need the raw coal? Looks like the answer is no. Not if I don't intend on doing the DDC forever. I don't need the raw coal at all. Funny how you need kerosene to tap into the coal reserve to get raw coal out. I will need coal dust, but I'm not going to use the byproduct coal dust. You want to see crushed coal? Nothing. Coarse coal? Nothing. Besides the coal processing chain. Like there will be a lot of coal dust produced out of what I'm doing here, because I'm going to be doing raw coal processing and the red hot coke processing. Right, I need to think about how stuff is going to be brought into these. Swap out the ammo. Well, she sometimes does lick my head. Lick my hair. She actually does that sometimes from back there. Yes, she is grooming, and I sometimes feel her groom me. Yeah, she's just getting pretty. She's just getting herself pretty. No, I don't want exactly that. I think that spacing will be okay. So my point is that I'm going to be voiding the coal dust that's produced out of this, just because there are ways of getting into it when I need it. There we go. That's what I want. I don't really care that it can be shortened by 1 cell. I want the extra space. I want it. Bear in mind too that I will eventually also want adequate spacing to do fluid stuff too. It's like it doesn't really matter to me exactly being completely 100% space efficient. I don't really care about being 100% space efficient. I don't know if you've noticed. Space efficiency isn't really top of mind. Oh, it was here. Okay. That should... What? Who's broken? Oh. Okay, game. That works. I don't have any copper coils on me. Oh, I could have just made them. By the way, if you didn't know this mechanic of Factorio, is if you have copper cable, I think like shift click gets rid of all wires. I shouldn't have done that, but whoops. But yeah, you can add additional wires with one of these. Just click. Just to add it, as long as you have copper wire, or copper cable, excuse me. That's your wire connections. You can actually customize your wire connections. I need to cut and then... Why that didn't have the red and green, I just... and then there are mods, I don't know if they've been updated, but there have been mods that actually make it so that your copper cable, your red wire, and your green wire are like tools down here that you just click on the tool to use them rather than needing to make them. It breaks a few things, though, I think, in just about any mod ever that needs to use them as items. And then right here is the depot zone. Supply station. That. Good spacing. Whoops. One extra tile to get that. Out. And then... out to the exit. Just gotta get this signal straight across. Grab that. Now this one can be pretty tight spacing. Just as long as there's enough room for these signals to be active, you're good. Okay, almost done with this station, and then I will want to copy the whole thing and keep it as a blueprint, and I'll probably put this blueprint on Discord or something like it. Just, you know, you have to put in the proper requester stuff as well. Okay, a little bit more, too much. Okay. That. Every 3 segments. Excuse me. Reach! Reach! And multiple trains can use this on its way out just fine. Now, why this mod doesn't include, like, why the blueprint doesn't include a chain signal here, I don't know, or like here. It's like I feel like there needs to be one here before it goes into these, but that's just personal preference. Okay, then I need to copy that. Right there, and that is a station. A station. Alright, radar. Gib. Radar. Show the area. I like to see the area. Mining! Oh boy, mining. How in the world am I going to orient these mining drills to tap into this patch, and how much am I going to process? Oh boy, always a great question. How much are we doing? Hey, thank you for subscribing. Well, for 15 out on coke. Why do I not see? Okay, it's in here. For 15 out on coke. I will need. Why does that say 15.2? But anyway, I will need 8.7 raw coal to get a yellow belt of coke. 8.7. Well, what I think I'm going to do here is put down a depot, and I mean depot when I say depot. This says deposit. No, that is a lie. It is a depot. D-E-P-O-T. Not deposit. Like I don't know why he chose deposit as the name. That's so dumb. It is so dumb. Why you say deposit when mean depot? Also, all of these have had their graphics changed since the last time I played. None of these looked like this the last time I played. They were like dilapidated shacks the last time I played. Now they're different. even higher quality graphics than previously. I like the big X, the 2x2 X shed. It used to be like a tin roofed shed, like an actual shed, but now it's just it's a box. It's a box. Storehouse is a triangle box. The warehouse is a tent. Okay. And then deposit depot, just a big space where you put a whole bunch of crates. Yeah, I'm not going to use it for hot air. So if I get hot air, I will void the coke that's output from the system. So, yeah. That would be what I do. That would be. Why does this not show the temperature? So dumb. So dumb. Hot air. Give me warmer bricks. So this says that it has to be over 500 C. The over 500 C is a result of not that process. That one's a 250. This one is 500 C. So this one, to make warmer, needs greater than or equal to 500. This makes 500. So, I would actually... You know what? I need red hot Coke. Do I not? I need this online, on my network. I just thought about that. There's totally Arcod recipes that need red hot Coke as red hot Coke. And filled comb recipes that need red hot Coke as red hot Coke. Oh, my baby. Yes, my baby. My dolly. So I need another supply station for that. And then I can kill the excess if I wanted to get some hot air out of this. If I wanted to have some hot air out of this. Alright, so it looks like I am going to set up the fluid station. And another solid. Just grab the whole thing. Whoops. Did not want that. Yeah, it's a good thing nothing ever cools down. Ever. Okay. Am I carrying pumps? I think the answer to that is absolutely not. Can I make pumps? Yes. Yes, I can. Am I carrying stuff I need for tanks? The 4K tank, the 6.5, the 8, the 9, and the 10. I think I like the 4K tank. I think I do. The 3K is eh. 4K is decent, decent enough to use for the spacing. Okay. Question is, can I have these adjacent to each other and still pump into a fluid wagon? If you had power. Yes, I can. Well. This is why I had the extra spacing here. We can now keep consistent spacing when dealing with fluids. I still want more tanks. I would like to have 4 on here. And can I make more pumps? Yes, I can. Can I, like, request pumps? That would be better, as well as these tanks, because I'm making every tank in the mall right now. Yeah. Also, you, and you. Yes, it is exactly as planned. To keep it consistent. Whoops. I have not enabled tank resizing, no. What does it do? Does it make it more capacious or less? Honestly, I don't think I really care, but each one of these is 40,000 units on these tanks. All right, back to mining. Where were we again? Oh, right, mining. Mining the stuffs. I don't currently have any mining productivity. I don't currently have any mining productivity, so... Really? That's 14 already? Yeah, I could double pump with this type of a setup, I think. Yeah, that would absolutely work. Go ahead and copy that for later. Interesting, it picked the middle rather than the back end. Alright. You know, they only move 12,000 units of stuff at a time. So we can totally have 2 of them. That's really overkill. Oh, right, I can do this. Oh, that is my alarm. That is my alarm. We are halfway through the day's stream. Which means once this is powered and starting to give me stuffs... I don't actually want that there. I want it here. It'll be time to take a brief break. Yeah, we're mining raw coal over here now. You know, now just to, like, do a few additional mining drills. Now to just add a few more thingies mining. And then we'll be good, and we'll have stuff. Enough. We'll have enough for a purpose. I'm going to need to build this processing factory here in this space, and I can only go down about that far. And if I want niobium, I'll tap another niobium. Screw it. With that, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Oh no, the thing is gone. Where'd the thing go? Now I have to fix that. Oh boy. And I've returned. Welcome back. Dolly isn't here anymore. She decided to follow me, and now she's there. Hi, Dolly. How's the Dolly doing? Does she want to go back to the chair? Or is she just gonna sit there behind the air purifier the whole time? Are you just gonna sit there? I think she's just gonna sit there for a while. Ah, speaking of the air purifier, I'm gonna have to get more filters at some point. It's told me that enough time has passed, and that it's time for new filters. Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to paying for that, but oh well. Shall be necessary at some point. In. You. There. In. How many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. Sure. We'll do 6. Oh, you're going to the window. Okay. Dolly's gonna go to the window. And of course I will need more mining drills. But I think as long as I have stuff for now, I will be okay. I'll do the same thing here, just going around, because I'm gonna go down to start doing the rock coal processing. So, oh yeah, by the way, if I want like 500 of that, how much am I gonna need? A bit. Oh, and of course you need to do that too. It outputs 250 and then 250 from that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit of coal. That's still a bit of coal. That's still a bit of coal. I don't know about you, but that's a bit much. Yeah. Given the option of spending 55.4 coal just to get 100 hot air, you know, I think I think I'd rather spend 10 stone bricks. I don't know about you, but I think 10 stone bricks is a bit more valuable than 55 coal. That's just my opinion. Now, of course, you're supposed to reheat the 250 coke oven gas. Actually, no, I'm wrong. You can... Oh, yeah, you can. You can. You have to give it combustion mixture. Really, 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 really high temperature combustion mixture to loop it back. It's just... Ugh. It's just... Ugh. Oh, yeah, this is reversed, isn't it? It's this one, outputting 100. The 100... can go into the outlet gas stuff. Eh. Yeah, 100 back into 500 as long as the combustion mixture is at least 500. Which, oh god, combustion mixture of at least 500. Wait. Huh? I'm missing something. There's a hot stone brick, hot air, that is not currently available, but oh really? That that is hot air in the long term, potentially. Gas splatter hot air. Yeah, that 100 from 4 hot stone bricks. It's outlet gas stage 4. Right. Not coke oven anymore. Right. And you get the various temperatures of the outlet gas phase stage 4. Yeah. And that's where the combustion mixture 1000C comes in. Boy. And you get that one, and that matrix solves. It needs 20.1 input of the outlet gas at 1000C, but you can reheat the 250 in the heat exchanger, or as long as it's less than 500, you can reheat back into 1000C at the cost of combustion mix. Why does that still say I need the input? See, now it says as long as you have a combustion mix, you can choose to spend combustion mix or spend the outlet gas. Which one would you prefer in the end? And you still have to make the outlet gas to begin with at stage 4. Now, the only thing that makes 1000C is that. There's your only combustion mix that is 1000C. I don't think there's any other 1000C option for combustion mixture. So only one way to do that. So giving it a bit more thought. Hey Ollie, how's that Ollie doing? Oh, he's got a toy. He's got his orange string. He's got his orange string with him. Yes, he's not gonna let me take it. Yes, there he is. There he is with his orange string. Yes, that's his. Hey. Yeah, now I got it. Now it's mine. Now it's mine. Oh, it's yours apparently. And there it goes to the floor. To the floor with ye. To the floor. I got it. Little felt orange string. Hey you. Daba. Whack. Whack. Oh, he got it. he likes that string for whatever reason. But yeah, in my opinion, I don't like that very much. Needing refined syngas, petroleum gas, and coal briquettes. I'd much rather just make the outlet gas 4. It has a whole bunch of other outputs to it. Just, yeah. Personal opinion. But, you know, this I'm not. No. I'm not going to reheat. Can't reheat for one, because the heat exchanger requires stuff we can't make yet. And, you know, when I can, maybe. When I can make the heat exchanger, maybe the combustion mix might be better here, because it's only 500 that you need. It vastly reduced the amount of input you need to maintain the hot air output. This will be more viable when I get access to the reheating. Not now. So it's going to be ignored for now. That is what I have decided here. What I will do instead is still make coal out of the raw coal processing here. Raw coarse coal, that one, and there we go. I want 15. Matrix solve. So 15 coal out combined uses 9.7 raw coal. Let's go ahead and pin that, get a pin in it. So our first setup here is actually only going to be 9.7, and it's going to need 7 of these, which of course I don't have 7 of them at the moment. These output less than a full throughput belt. Each one is less than 3.75, so I will use chutes. Ollie, why are you meowing? He's been a little bit more vocal lately. Ollie's usually pretty silent. He talks with his body language rather than with his voice, usually. But lately he's got his vocalizations. Like sometimes he goes to the window and he starts chirping. When he goes into the window, he sees something and he starts talking to whatever he sees in the window, just chirping. Whether that's something outside or his own reflection, I do not know. But he starts like chirping, really, really low chirps. Yeah. And then we had like a heron baby on our skylight one time, got both of their attention, and they were talking to the heron, to the baby heron on our skylight in the kitchen. Dolly was just trying to climb up to the skylight to get to it, as close as she could get anyway, on top of the kitchen counter. And Ollie was just sitting on the floor, just chirping, chattering away, trying to talk to the bird, trying to talk to the really, really big baby bird. Ah, boy. What do I want to filter from here? The grade, the coarse, the crushed coal. Crushed. Yes, that's the wording. Crushed first, and dust. Dust must die. Coal dust must die. Here's the actual coal. Here's coal dust. We'll get a bit more of that out of the screening step. Of course I don't have screeners. Why would I have screeners? I'll inserter these. That is a lot of throughput for 3. Still less than 3.75 each, I'm pretty sure. And it's less than 15. So then at the end, I don't like having to add the extra splitter, but oh well. Give me the coarse. That's not coarse coal, that's carbon black. That's coarse coal. And then same. You know what? Just do it this way. There's that, and then really two more. Interesting. To get an extra little bit. Of that stuff, and then dealing with the coal dust. So we end up with 1.5 coal dust. In the end, coal dust has a 3 megajoule fuel value. 3 megajoules times 1.5. 4.5 megawatts to get rid of. Now, a boiler can do 1.8. So I need 3 whole boilers. 3 entire boilers connected to this, and then connected to a tailings pond. I'm gonna just plonk it there for the moment as I get water provided, and then maybe pick it up and put it here after the water. Yeah. And that is 15 coal. Next. That is 15 coal without all the like input inserters. Give me input inserters. Is that going to be enough? Yes. Okay. That's 1. Ahem. We need more. We will always need more. Let's just do an initial more. That needs to be picked up and plonked back down again. Trust me. Nanobots are the enemy. And what I'll actually do here is plonk and do that. Ta-da! Power poles. I need a few more. Hey, how about I just put in a request for 100 mediums? There we go. I have a train network now. I could get a personal train locomotive. I could start using a personal locomotive. Oh, I need to grab more meat. But I like my crawdad. Oh, the comment about the 3x the comment about the 3K tanks being 2x2s. I know that they are 2x2s. The problem with the 3K tanks is that they only have ports on the top and bottom, and they are adjacent to each other. And I can show that. So it's not that useful in setting up a locomotive station, even if they are very efficient for the amount of space that they use. It's quite a bit hard to deal with the pumps needed in that type of setup, and it's a bunch of entities as well. I'd rather have fewer overall entities, especially in a mod where entity count will kill performance. by mid-game, essentially. Like, by the time we get into Circuit 2s, we might not be at 60 FPS anymore. We're probably very likely to not be at 60 FPS by Circuit 2s, but we'll see. We'll see. It really depends on how much I build, at what scale I build, going into that phase of the game. But yeah, these tanks are quite efficient for their size because they hold 30,000 units per tank, but they can't share stuff there, so you could do that, but that kills throughput. You can't, like, pump that way if I also want to pump that way, and that's what makes them not quite as useful for trains, very specifically for trains and loading stuff onto trains, with trying to minimize the spacing between train stations. So, and as I had said, I've made all of the tanks ever in here, so we could have a look at those at some point. I need buildings. Have I made any? Now that's a good question. Have I actually made buildings? Oh god. I don't even have pumps. Like, what's the matter with the pumps? I'm pretty sure I told you to make pumps. Or have I just not pumped? Oh my gosh, I don't think I even set up pumps. Whoops. I set up a lot of other stuff, but apparently not pumps. Give me boilers. I like boilers. Boilers are great. I have them. Robots, please bring them to me. I have offshore pumps. But I don't have pumps as pumps. Alrighty then. I should have a backlog of buildings. It looks like they've built all of those buildings, which is great. I do have some. Okay, so I can just plonk. One of these here. And my Constructobots, of which I have 6. I have 6 construction bots in the network. Maybe I should just put the 20 that I made for me in the network. And of course, I have the Tiny Start ones. By the way, I did get Tiny Armor Mark II for the 20 extra inventory spaces. And I got the inventory spaces from the tool belt upgrade at Green Science. Speaking of which, has this even moved? Like, the entire time. Like, I'm pretty sure that that's been at 0% the entire stream. But I could be wrong. I think we managed to get another tech, and now we're working our way through. I want that and that for another row. Let's just get more inventory. That sounds like a great idea. A problem that I am having at the moment is the number of cages, the rate of cages production for the bone meal in particular. There's buildings here at the end, it looks like, that weren't moving. Oh, they've filled up on my meat. Cool, I have 2.4k meat now stored up. Good. Glorious. Give me all of the bone meal. I want all of it. And then I am also lacking a bit on moss at the moment. I can't make enough manure for all, like I can't get all of my manure buildings going because I don't have enough moss. Oh boy. Oh joy. Oh bliss. You need to be pumps. Gib pumps. Gib all the pumps. I have plenty of stuff to make the pumps. The tech has not moved in the past hour. Great. Great. Well, I mean, I see green science moving. Ah. You know, it would help if I wasn't working on a tech that needed pi science. Ahem. Anyway, that happens sometimes. Yeah, because there's some techs that need pi science. Like, why was that positioned in its position? That, like, confused me. Like, why is this tech in this position between two techs that don't need pi science? Why are these two in between techs that don't need pi science? Like, the list should be ordered by science level, right? Well, clearly not, because there's some techs that need pi science in the middle of regular green science techs. Like, huh? Why? Why is that the case? Something's up there. Something's wrong. How much duralumin do I have? Oh. Enough. Because I am limited by rubber at the moment, I'm gonna put in another building to make my green fast inserters the normal way out of duralumin, and just make as many as I can, because the belt issue is a major issue at the moment, and I'm just gonna cancel this recipe in its entirety. As nice as it is to not spend duralumin, and as much as I know that I'm going to eat through all 5,000 units of the duralumin sitting in here very quickly, the rubber is precious at the moment. It's extremely precious of a resource. I'm not even making the 1 per second that I'm supposed to make out of this infrastructure, since I don't really have tar at the moment. I need more tar. Now, could I get tar? Yeah. Yeah, I could. Am I gonna? No. Nah. Alright, what do I want here? That. I want the ore processing stuff, because I'll be working on that next. Okay, where did I park? Way down there. Could you get me some inserters, please? Oh right, circuits. You take those. Have some circuits so I can get my inserters online. That would be great. And then get enough for mini loaders. I would like more mini loaders. Actually, I would like chutes. I'm going to go down here and find this set. You. Give me chutes. All of them. Just fill the entire freaking thing with chutes. And then whatever other miscellaneous stuff down here. Ooh, more things. More things. We can do sea sponges. And Ziffo. Glorious. Beautiful sea sponges and Ziffo. Not like we'll do it anytime soon, but hey. Stuff, things. Thank you for mining drills. How about thank you for the secondary crushers and automated screeners that I came here for in the first place. Where are those? Crushers and screeners. Crushers and screeners. Also, I will need these punching towers. And boffs and all that good stuff. Crushers, screeners, where are you? Now to get lost among all the stuff in the mall. Screener is there. I have not set it up at all to request anything. Great. Great job. Oh god, you eat mining drills. Okay. Enjoy your meal of mining drills. And then where are those secondary crushers at? Next door. Also not moving. What do you eat? Lamps. That's fine. I'm okay with you eating lamps. Okay. Yeah. Now we're circuit limited again. Hey, circuits. I like that. Salt mines are nice to have. More circuits. Enjoy. Enjoy your circuits. I've made enough sulfur mines. Enjoy your circuits. Go, go, go. Be free. Eventually I'll upgrade all of these inserters to blues. And then greens. As we go along. So where's the fuel stop going to be? I don't know. Probably here would be my guess. Probably right in here, I'll do generic fuel stop. Sounds like a plan. Alright, and then to process coal into a belt of coke, we'll need to do this. We will actually need steam. Huh? What? But I'm matrix solving. Oh, because it has a temperature on one and it doesn't have a temperature on the other. It's considered a byproduct. Subtract 50.6 from 121.4, and that's how much we actually need. On the input there, it doesn't use a full 1 coal. And I will absolutely vent this coke oven gas for the moment, and then when I need the hot air, like when I'm able to do the heat, like regenerative heat thing, the heat exchanger, when I can make it, I will probably do this. I mean, this heat exchanging recipe at 2.8 coal, yeah, I mean, I guess 2.8 is a bit better, but it's also 66.7 combustion mixture. Part of me still says, hey, just 10 stone bricks is simple by comparison. Okay. Well, it's good to see techs happen. I have more inventory now, I think. Give me tin, nickel, uranium, Bodos. Sure, why not? Bodos. I don't intend on making them or using them for a while. Okay, how many have you made? 1! You have made 1! Here, go faster. Go faster, please. Turn coke oven gas to syngas to combustion mixture instead of heating it up? I don't care. Honestly, if I can do a system more simply, I don't care about having an efficiency loss. It's one of the reasons why I just... Part of me just wants to do the air bladder, hot air. The hot air... Apparently caps lock is on. If I want 100 hot air, it's 0.4 gas bladders out of the Fagnots. And they get recipes that upgrade the amount of bladders you get out. Yeah. The first tech upgrade gives you an extra gas bladder out. Or the upgrade gives you an extra gas bladder out. Where is that? There. Yay. So you get into Pi Science and you can immediately get 2 out rather than 1. But at the start, just, okay, when you get access to these guys, what recipe do you need to give them? Bodos! Oh joy. Oh, wait, but that's a problem, isn't it? So either they're food or Bodos. So, where are they in the list? Where are you? They benefit from productivity upgrades. Well, I wish it would... I could find the tech that unlocks it. Where are these stupid giraffes? I've gone right past them. There they are. Hi. 65 buildings. Oh boy. And then Bodos. Yeah, they eat fuel rods. They eat fuel rods. So about that uranium processing, huh? So about that uranium processing. Oh yeah, and then we need the actual singular Bodo. That gives 4,500 speed. Yeah, just to get 100 hot air. Maybe not. But regardless, I mean, I will want gas bladder stuff, because I sort of skipped over that in my previous playthrough. I would like to play around with it. What about the food? What about the food? Why did I not default? The food is still going to require Bodos, but it requires a lot fewer. It also needs Tufra, but I'll need that anyway. I'll need starch anyway. Like, there's a lot of stuff I'll need anyway. And a lot less, fewer Bodos to get there, so big benefit right off the bat, but still only 100 hot air. I mean, late game, it'll be nuts by doing the growth hormone, antiviral, pheromone, shenaniganry. It'll get absolutely crazy. Alright, I have 6. I need at least 7. Oh, and now you just need more circuits. Here, have some circuits. Thank you for that. Thank you for 3. Thank you for that. Alright, I'm gonna go back now. Let them all do its thing. Techs. What do I want for tech? Well, there is the... There was an upgrade here, I think, to the data array. Where is it? Where did it go? Here. There was an upgrade technology to use the turd system. Guess I may as well unlock foods. And some other techs that I might need. Tufras, Zipier. Let's get access to these things. Off. No, not off we go yet. I need boffs. Do I have boffs? Not in my inventory. Basic oxygen furnace. Yes, please make some. Oh boy. Hi, things. Hold shift to immediately allow the tooltip to pop up. So you just hover quickly over all the stuff to clear all the stuff out. Just overrides the setting. There's no more delay on the pop-up. Give me stuffs. Boffs. I need boffs. Iron. Gib iron. Gib my iron. I know I have infinity iron. Gib iron. I need stone bricks. Hello, Ollie. Rubbing my leg. Gib. Gib. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be enough for the moment. Ollie. Okay. I just want to get it set up and done. Ahem. 69 hours of playtime. Because I have not changed the game speed, this is time played, as well as simulation time. It is the actual amount of time that the game has been running in real time. How are we doing out here? It's a shame that the oil sands has one building that needs niobium. Such a shame. Get me up here. Glorious. We've arrived. Plonk the buildings. Okay. Do we have any of those? A few. Okay. Good. I have just a few stored units of rock coal. It's fine. Let's get this powered up, ready to go. Pound, 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 pound. And that should be that. I'm going to do a lane balancer here just because this is not using a chute for the outputs. It's not using chutes. I should request chutes and make a few more. More? Ah, spores. Right. Bodos. Bodos are here. They've arrived. I need good alien samples to get Bodos in the first place. How nice. And I need, yeah, all that stuff. I could get that stuff. Why does it seem like they made Bodos harder? I don't really remember them needing freaking fuel rods. Like, I have a distinct lack of memory of them needing fuel rods. Maybe I just blocked it out of my brain because I didn't want to have to face that reality. Alright, you back to here. This pin. Thank you. Start with you. There's that. I need a underflow valve. And then we go over to here. And just copy paste. I'm gonna just do that that way. Ah, glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious. I need that connection, and that should be it. That should be all. This right here, I'm gonna hop that. I think I only need the one. Whoops. Ah yes, water. You need water. Water, water, water. Input that water. And you need 90 pressurized air, or shall we say 75.9. That is a few of those buildings. 4 of them, to be exact. Pressured air. Power to the everything. So each one makes 20 times 4 is 80. Ta-da! Okay. Then dealing with how much? 5.1. I need 9 boilers. Let's try to align. Map, go down. Now, is this a lot of coal dust? Yes. Am I planning on using it? No. Never will I ever. I don't want it to stop moving just because I backed up on coke. I don't want to have to depend upon the coal dust just to, like, find out later that it's not working after the coke stops. Alright, that is coke and coal. Production. Ideally, I would not have this exactly as it is. This is just to have something produced here. Ideally, I would have a scaled setup specifically to the 15 coke rather than 15 coal plus 15 coke off a 13.5-ish of it. Just, you know, some stuff to think about. Alright, where am I gonna bring this in? Probably here. These lines. These nice lines. Doink. Perfection. Oh, and all of this mess for the logistics here is required to actually maintain the 15 per second throughput. I tried it without this extra bit of line here with this filter. and it doesn't work. It's trying to put too much throughput in here, and I end up with gaps in the coke. And I don't want gaps in my coke. I really don't want the gaps. I need the full throughput belt. Absolutely compact everything. So now I need to decide how much stuff will live in each wagon, because that's 500 a stack. We're talking, if I have just 2 stacks available per wagon, that's 2,000 units. If I'm making 15 per second of coke, that's a little over 2 minutes of production, which is generally where I want to be, is somewhere 2 to 4-ish minutes of production per train, just so that we're not waiting forever to fill up the train wagons. Okay. That should be that. Now gib a stack each of the coke. That should be good. Now, for the fuel stop, what does this mean? That means I'll need to request a ton and have a whole bunch of deliveries, because each train is going to be filling up with a few units of coke. Just a few units of coke at a time. You know what? Part of me wants to do this. And make sure that my fuel train doesn't actually need to stop for fuel ever. Or the train providing the stuff that is the fuel that I'm going to use consistently. Wow, that ends up not even being a full 15 per second. Wow. I don't need this. Full 15 per second. Oh boy. There it goes. Yeah, because this is an inserter. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about. Ooh. That makes the fuel stop rather interesting, doesn't it? S coal 1, S coke 1. D coal 1. D coal 2. Coal 2, no. Coke 1. Full cargo and circuit condition. You are full. Gib. GUI. Save, and then Coke is in here. Coke. Glorious Coke. Ta-da! That is the first trains on the train network. All set up and ready to go. with our first train station. I hope you can understand why I set up a whole bunch of rails ahead of time, because we're 2.5 hours into the stream, over 2.5 hours into the stream. Hello, Ave, welcome. And we've just gotten the fuel on the trains, having already built out like a skeleton of the train network before today's stream. Yeah, Ave, you've missed me discussing my mall and the train network and various things. Yes, the trains. They move now. You've missed my setup of all of this stuff and the train station as well. And lots of discussions along the way. So, fuel stop. Fuel stop is very simple. Very, very simple. I'm gonna grab this. Ish. And I'm gonna go down to about here-ish. Oh, come on, trees. Bust through. Bust through that stupid forest. Yeah, so right around here, if I can measure out what is exactly the middle, there. So my spacing, again, is I can fit 3 of the large intersections in between everything. So that is the midpoint, and that's where I'll put my fuel stop. They are not chunk aligned. Nah. Like, nothing is ever truly chunk aligned with rails. Just don't even bother. There's nothing truly chunk aligned with rails. It's basically impossible. It tried and failed. I mean, this is still the same foundation rail right-hand drive one that I've been using the entire time. Okay, bring you down. Okay. I don't need this. I don't need this. Ah, how unfortunate that this chromium would have been great as a thing to tap into here, but nope. Not happening. Give me a station, no, just a standard station here. This one is standard. I need the signals done all properly. Right there, with one of those after. There we go. We're good. I'll need that signal. Well, I'll need a different type of signal on the requester station above, but right directly across will be that one. I'll go ahead and copy spacing. So what I want on this is to input a bunch into this fuel stop 1. And in order to do so, we will get one of these types of stations. Now that is a little off. Yeah, it's a little off because I put one extra doohickey on the end there. And I had that. There we go. Why, hello, turd! The technological upgrade and research device? Do mini loaders work with rails? Yes. Mini loaders are inserters. They are inserters. The whole point of the mini loaders mod is that you can load directly into trains on load and unload from trains directly on rail. That is the point. That is the point, and they are working. So, do we want the data array to use less energy but be really slow? Do we want it to take more energy, slow down by 10%? Note here that this says speed equals 0.25. Note that this says speed equal to 0.025. Now, I'm percent. Percent. 0.025% and then minus 0.01%? What? What? Are you setting the speed? This is a new system in PyAlien Life. This is a new system in PyAlien Life. I have just taken a technology that lets me pick and upgrade to the data array. That is a permanent bonus to the data array. So, what I don't understand here is this setting the speed of the machine to some value? Is this an actual reduction of, like, nothing? Because 0.1% is nothing. I'm imagining that this increases the speed of the machine for the satellite amplifier by 25% and not by 0.25%. I think that this one makes it go 25% faster. This one makes it 10% slower, but 40% productivity bonus. And then this one on the end here reduces the power draw and pollution. So this one is, yeah, boosts speed. This one boosts productivity, and this one generally boosts power. Now, why would the speed one reduce power? I find this weird. And what is even negative productivity? Like, isn't it floored at 0 anyway? Can't, like, what happens if something is negative productivity? Like, isn't it hard coded to not go below 0? I don't know. I am, of course, going to be taking the productivity. Yeah, I want the productivity. That's the one. I have selected the thing. So now what? What was the ooh. Now that's a combination. Okay. Control Shift E. Yeah, like how does one do negative productivity? I don't understand. So this is what I want here with that directly wired and that set to 2, that set to 40,000. R coke at fuel stop. Fuel stop 1, power. And that should be all I need. That should be it. That's my fuel stop. It'll be good to go as soon as I assign the request for coke. And then we'll have our first movement of the trains to a destination. The train is on its way. The locomotive is moving. It is there. With 2,000 units of coke to come on down for fuel stop 1. Now, I did this just because, you know, it'll have to load in 1,500 units of coke at a time, you know, into an empty locomotive, considering they have 3 slots at 500 each. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff at a time. So this is gonna keep requesting for a while. So I make sure that I have enough fuel in here to feed up all the trains. But that is that. What was that button combination to get into the... Not there. Interface. No, controls. Controls. Pi alien life. Mods. Control plus T. So. Huh. You know, it would be great if this thing actually told me which one I selected. They're all red now. What do I make with data arrays? I make DNA samples in the data array. They eat science. So, I hope it makes sense why I would want productivity in the data array over anything else. I want productivity in the data array because it eats science. Every single DNA sample, every single one of these eats science. In particular, those things. But yeah, data array. Where is my data array? Get back in the crawdad. We can go and have a look at our current data array to see if this actually took immediate effect on existing buildings, because that's the other thing I'm concerned about. Oops. How many things have I killed? I have thus far lost 4 pipe to grounds, an iron chest, a radar, oh god, and 5 small electric poles to my bad driving. I have 199 Logibots now. Cool. Neuroprocessors. Right. Yeah, I've been crashing my crawdad into things. And as I've said before, the crawdad is completely immune to all impact damage. I could leave the crawdad in the middle of a train track, an active train track, and the train could come and run into the crawdad, and it will stop the train from moving. Crawdad goes nowhere. It is indestructible. Hey, buddies in my network, could you hold up a little bit? I gotta go look at a data array real quick. Also, yeah, back to 1. Back to that first hotbar. I have the left and right arrow keys assigned to changing the hotbar, because the default setting is dumb. So where was this? Further here. Hello, data array. Was this immediately done? Yes, it was. Cool. So the data array now has a crafting speed of minus 10%, not minus 0.1%. A productivity bonus of 40% and a pollution that went down by 5%. So if we do Control T and we look at this, yeah, 40% productivity. The consumption, max consumption does say plus 20% as well. It uses 1.44 megawatts plus 40 kilowatts, whatever the heck that means. I wish they weren't lying on the tooltips. Like, seriously, Factorio, the developers of Factorio, changed the display of the max consumption to this completely meaningless thing that has absolutely nothing to do with the actual value defined in the code, like as written for the consumption rate of the building. Like, it's not 1.44. At like, I want to know what's stated. I don't care if that gets actually just 1.44 plus 40. Like, why don't you just say the value of that addition? Like, why do you not just state the value of that addition as the consumption? Why is it 1.44 plus 40? Like, plus the minimum. Why is it plus a minimum? Like, huh? Max is max. Max is not max plus min. Max is max. And min is min. It doesn't include that plus 40 because it's not there. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. I don't know why it says plus 40 kilowatts when it's not actually plus 40. That is the min consumption. Like, whenever you see that, like, plus 40, oh god, is it just because the math on... Oh god. Okay. I think I know what's going on, and it's dumb that it would work that way. So, efficiency modules will work on max consumption minus min consumption. So the module only acts its percentage gain or loss on max minus min. So that's why it's displaying that way. That is dumb. It should reduce the min. Like, why would you not also reduce the min consumption off of an efficiency module? Anyway, it should be shown which one is actually selected in this menu after I open it up again. Like, this should tell me I have picked the dynamic beta wave transcoder. At least it works. Congrats, King Arthur. You made a feature that actually works. Now, if only the display values here made sense. Because for whatever reason, your speed values here are in decimal, and it says it's a percentage when it's not a percentage, it's a decimal multiplier. And 0.25 is actually not accurate either, because it's a bonus. It's plus 0.025 or times 1.25. So this is a 25% speed increase and apparently a 30% energy reduction. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's because King Arthur has made several features of this to Alien Life in particular that are just straight up broken. And were just straight up broken. Like, do the caravans even work at this point? Do the caravans work without crashing the game? Was that ever fixed? Do the iBots actually work? Because Alien Life has these these gigantic living floating eyes that act as robots, logistical robots, without a logistic zone. They are meant to be able to deliver your logistic requests to you no matter where you are on the map. They were broken the last time I played through Alien Life. They crashed the game. And what about the underground transport system, the like worm-based underground transport system that was ish working? It's sort of janky in how it works, but yeah, I managed to crash that too because, you know, nanobots. Screw nanobots. A lot of the stuff that King Arthur does involves scripts that are assigned on building placement that for whatever reason Nanobots doesn't allow those scripts to be assigned because it's not the same thing as an on-building place when a nanobot places a building. For whatever reason. I don't know why, but like regular construction bots can place the buildings and it gets that scripts assigned, but not nanobots. That's why I had to pick up the tailings pond earlier that the nanobots placed down, is because the scripts that apply to the tailings pond don't actually get applied to the entity when a nanobot places it. I'm pretty sure that has not been fixed yet on, I think, the nanobots side of things. I don't remember ever seeing anything about a fix to that behavior. I guess I could... Did I actually test that? I don't even remember if I even tested it in this playthrough yet, but basically it's just, if a nanobot places it, it doesn't get the proper scripts on the thingy. But yeah, there was a lot of features that were broken because nanobots. You don't get productivity from the upgrades if nanobots places the building. Really? So if I have a data array, I need some titanium. So if I have a data array and a nanobot places it, it will not gain the productivity. Titanium, where are you? There. Here, we can immediately have this test. Just as soon as we make a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's just a few of these thingies. And these thingies. Hey, could you just make the data right there? You go. So they really made this. Bots are fine. It's just the nanobots. So yeah. Oh, that sucks. Did you catch that? Regular robots placing the building should still assign the script. Let me pull out the nanobots, turn on my thingy, pick up the data array, and then tell my personal robot to place it. When a personal robot places the building, it gets the turd upgrades. When a personal robot places the data array. But when a nanobot does it, nope. Nope. That was my robot. That was a nanobot. Nothing. Because nanobots just doesn't trigger the same way when the building is placed. I don't get it. Like I don't get it. I don't get why nanobots does that. But anyway, we're 5 minutes past the stream time. It's just something to keep in mind when using nanobots, that you have to be really careful when placing specific buildings to not have your nanobots do it for the specific entities that have scripts assigned to them in that way. So now I have to go through what buildings get affected by these turret upgrades. This should absolutely tell you which one of these three I picked, but oh well, just UI things. Because I absolutely want to have my 40% productivity on the data array, like duh. Like duh. I will absolutely every single time pick 40% productivity on the data array over everything else, any other option. Because that's just me. I like productivity. And I don't really care about the drawbacks either. I just want my productivity, man. Just want my productivity. But today, having having gotten some glorious and beautiful coke, why it's not making the coke at the full 15 per second is because this is set to not prioritize the coke. But anyway, we have set up an actual train station processing raw coal to coal and coke. I will be scaling this up between our streams here and potentially building more out because yeah, we need to get more things on the train network. I need to get iron and copper at scale. Cannot do unslimed iron processing yet until I get niobium, because there is one building in that process that needs niobium. The hydrocyclone, I believe, needs the niobium pipe. But we could do things like molten copper on the network. I can basically get all of the things that we've been doing on the bus thus far onto my trains, and that's the goal going forward, is just getting everything we've already done onto trains. We're not going to be going into anything brand new for a little bit of time. There'll be some new processes on the raw resource side that I can do at scale at individual factories, but now it's just like get more everything. That's the phase I'm at, and some of it will stream, some of it we won't. Just we got to get through this phase before getting moving forward, really. Just got to get through all of this before we can get into some really nitty-gritty, like, new stuff as we work towards getting into circuit 2s, pi science, neuroprocessors, and eventually chemical science. Yeah, so with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Show It. If you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowit if you're so inclined and able. I will be back when I am back on Thursday, and I will see you all on the next one.